Can you reach all those people at all?
I think so.
That's just so
It is bizarre.
freaking annoying.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I just did one onto YouTube.
It's working.
So look for it under live under your things to see if we're there.
Yeah, I see it.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, are we
I see
looping?
it, but we're not on it. Did you? This is not working today. We're not on it.
There's something going on with your...
Did you? We're not.
Okay, that's weird.
Now, why do
Okay,
we have three
now-
lives going on?
Can you see something? Okay, that's weird.
Now, why do we
Okay,
have three
now-
lives going on?
I don't know. All right, so you can see us and you can hear us. There's two of me. Yes, there should be two of me. That's okay. I'll figure that out later. Because one of these is a Windows capture, the other one is a display capture. If I got rid of one of those, let me see here. I'll get rid of that one, I think. Come on. Sure, get rid of that one. No, there's still two of me. So that's just the way it's going to be. Now, here's the question I have for you all is, yeah, you don't want to see that page. That page is okay. I just a pain. Tell me if you can see a window showing Gaia GPS with a login. Can you see that on yours, Jules?
I'm trying to get to the live chat.
Where did you go? You're on the replay. Under live and then
It is.
refresh it. That one's not live. That's I don't know what it's doing.
I don't know either. It's. We better make sure you're on live.
Okay.
Because even though that's showing up.
All right, you saw part of something?
Okay. Wait a minute.
Do.
Holy crap.
Yes, me twice. I don't know why I'm in here twice.
Okay. Okay. We're up.
What happens if I
See
do
ya.
that?
Oh my gosh, that was freaking stressful.
Yeah, no, you want to be stressed, be on this end, because I can't figure out why there's two of me up here. I thought I had it figured out, but apparently I don't. I don't know. Just color me stupid. Should I get rid of one of these?
I don't know, but there are two of you.
I know. I'm trying to figure that part out now, because it's being a complete and total tool.
A tool.
Yeah. And not a good one.
Yeah, I can't.
All right, stand by, folks. I'm still working on this. I'm new.
You're new?
I'm new.
Well, while Brian's figuring that out, do you guys have any questions? Yes. It's Camp Verde issues.
Always.
We can blame a lot on Camp Verde.
So I wonder what happens if I take that off.
I don't know. Uh-oh.
Whoa. Let's not do that.
Oh, yep. That just happened.
Okay, let's try that.
Okay. That's working.
Okay, so now here's the question coming up. Can you see that screen?
Let me see.
No, you cannot.
Nope.
Okay, so back to here. Back to this.
You're back to double.
Back to double. Okay, now what do you see?
Hey, look at that.
Okay, got part of it. So now, if I move that down.
Uh-oh.
Hang on. And I bring that up.
Okay. Hey.
Okay.
We got it.
All right. So, Julie, you got chat because I can't do anything on that.
Yeah, I got chat.
You guys can hear us. All right. So this is going to be a little more of a challenge because obviously you can't see a whole lot of my screen, it looks like.
Yeah.
Which is okay. I can work with that.
Can you minimize it?
Yeah, I suppose.
And then, there you go. And then maybe possibly put it in the corner.
Working on it. Do. That didn't do anything I wanted it to.
In that corner. Wow.
Working on it.
There's an issue here.
Wrong button.
Huh.
Yeah, sorry guys.
We're new at trying to learn how to share a screen. And
yeah, we practiced this morning and thought we had it down, but
yeah,
clearly we were wrong.
We were wrong. It is a learning curve. That's for sure.
Yeah, my curve has
What is going on now?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what just happened. Okay, so anyways, you can see this one, right?
Kind of. The top. There we go.
Okay, I'll just monitor off of yours. Anyways, total apologies, folks, because we had this down, but now it's not working. Gonna go back to scene 2 of me because I can't figure out how to do just one of me.
Just.
I did it this morning.
You pushed a button.
All right, so real quick. First of all, welcome. Sorry for the crap show.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get going because we do have a little bit of time to get through some stuff here. But welcome to AZ Rockhound Expeditions. This is an episode of I don't know what.
It's already been a long week.
Live number 75. Yeah, and honestly, I'm a little wore out because for the past 2 weeks, I've been doing nothing but getting the Shopify up and running, which it went live last night at midnight. We have 278 products on there. By the end of tonight, we'll have 299 products. And then I'm going to take a break because, if you go look at the site, which is az-rockhounds-expeditions.myshopify.com.
We'll put a link on this video.
There'll be a link too, but you'll see the work that was put into it. And so I'm a little fried around the edges. But let's talk about where to go. How do we get there? How do we find out those wonderful things that we want to know? If you have questions, please type that into the chat. I can kind of see it, but once I bring my screen up, I'll lose it. Julie's going to track that. We will announce your questions and then do our best to answer those either right then and there or get back to it at the end if it fits better. So bear with that. First thing we want to touch on is the basics of rockhounding rules. There are other folks that have done videos like this, and you can research some of the things specific for your area probably, but for the most part, here's the things you need to know. There's no collecting rocks or minerals or anything like that ever on any national park or national monument. Okay, now national monuments can be national parks in some situations, but also the Bureau of Land Management and the U.S. Forest Service have national monuments. So, if you go onto a national park or national monument, don't pick up the rocks. Okay. There's no collecting on state parks in Arizona. I don't know about the other states. We haven't gone anywhere where I needed to research that, but I would assume it probably holds true for most. You can do your research within your own state to figure that out. You cannot collect on county parks, county property, city parks, or city property. So don't be doing any of that.
Boo Boo says same in Minnesota.
Minnesota, mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, same in Minnesota.
So that's probably the same.
Probably pretty universal.
Yeah.
Another one for Arizona is Arizona has what's called state trust lands, belongs to the state of Arizona. You guys might have it under something else. I think what is it, DNR for some places and things like that. But anyway, state trust lands in Arizona, you cannot collect on unless you get a permit. And you can apply to and get a permit, and you list all your activities of what you're going to do, and you get a family permit so you can take out a few folks. And you can after that. But if you get caught out there without a permit, it's not a good day.
Bree says stay on BLM.
Well, BLM and Forest Service you can do as well, okay? So like our 3 claims are on national forest. So it's all legit there. Which brings up the other thing is, don't rockhound on claims. Shouldn't have to say it, but, that's where people get themselves in trouble. And that's what we're going to go into, is showing you how to find that information. Because you don't know what you don't know. And you really don't want to have somebody mad at you or coming after you or all the other things that happen with doing that. So, and the reason I also brought it up is some people, liquefied. I was going to prostitute them personally because I wanted to make some money off of them. But anyways, so the other reason I bring that up is some people said, oh, well, if they have a placer claim, then you can still collect surface minerals and whatnot. And no, you cannot. Regardless of load or placer, they have the mineral rights to that acreage amount that they've allotted, which is typically, if it's a load claim, it's 20 acres. Placer claims can be up to 40 acres. They have the mineral rights to everything that's on there. So you can't do that. You can, however, walk across the property. You can, if it's open for camping and other recreational uses, you can do all those things. You just can't collect rocks. So that's where that sits. So moving on. We're going to talk about the way the world works according to GPS, global positioning systems. Everybody should be familiar with it, I would hope.
I think we should touch on Bree says claim jumpers will be liquefied.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so there was the old mining law. You can shoot someone if they're on your claim. You can't do it.
Can't do that.
It would still be murder.
Yeah. Even though the law is still technically on the books, you can't do that.
You just can't do it.
So, all right. So the way things work on good old planet Earth is we have degrees of latitude and longitude. Okay. So when somebody says, give me the lat long, or what are the coordinates, or drop me a pin, which is a notorious thing, they're giving you the latitude and longitude. The best way to remember it is you have lines that go from the equator north and south horizontally. No, they lay horizontal, they go vertically. So, and that's latitude. And the way you remember that is latitude is fatitude. Fat. Think of the Earth as fat. You're going around the middle of it. So it starts at the equator at 0, and then you have lines of parallel as you go up to the North Pole. If you're familiar with the Korean War, it stopped at the 38th parallel. Well, that was the 38th degree of latitude that it stopped at. Okay? Longitude, on the other hand, comes from north to south and moves across horizontally across the planet. With the 0 point being Greenwich, England, which is 0. And then from there, it's degrees based on, I think it's compass headings from there. Something like that. I can't remember specifically. But latitudes of longitude are called meridians. And then you have what's known as prime meridians. And then this is where people have a tendency to get themselves in trouble, is they're not sure what prime meridian they're supposed to be using. So what I'm going to do in a moment here is I'm going to pull up some stuff. I'm going to show you how to find that. Okay, prime meridian's pretty cool stuff, and I'll show you the lines of latitude and longitude so it makes sense. Right now I'm just talking to you about it so that you have a little bit of knowledge moving forward. The next part that you get into once you have latitude and longitude is there was this thing many, many moons ago called the Public Land Survey, where a bunch of guys came out, gals maybe, and put a bunch of lines across the Earth and put it into maps. And we've commonly referred to that as your township, range, and section. So that's one of those things that you're going to need to know on top of your latitude, longitude, in order to go to the BLM site to do the research on whether or not there's a claim. And I'm going to show you how you can put that onto Google Earth and a couple of other apps that are really, really handy. I should have just done this on my tablet because the apps are on there, but I've got the apps that I'm going to be pulling up, and we're going to give it a shot. So with that, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull up a couple of these apps that are on the websites, which are similar to what the apps actually look like on your tablets, your iPhones, whatever you're using outside of your laptops and computers for mobile technology. And we are not paid spokespeople or anything for these particular apps. These are just the ones that I like to use. I found them very, very helpful. Most of you, well, a lot of you know, I was in fire management with the U.S. Forest Service for 33 years. I've done a lot of mapping. I did mapping using the old map and compass routine before GPS was a thing in the Forest Service, and we'd have to get it down to the finest detail that we could, and we'd have to do it all with just a map and a compass. We didn't have coordinates. We would actually give coordinates based on grid systems and all these other cool little things. But the best thing I found that works for me, outside of some of the federal programs that I used to use, I use 4 primary apps. 4. Gaia, I like that one a lot for $30 a month, or a year, $30 a year. Unlimited data sets that you can grab onto, and I'm going to show you those. It's super, super handy. Regrid, it's free. That one will give you property information. And it's pretty handy, pretty quick, out in the field type of thing. So is Gaia, though. I like offline maps. That one works with satellites. So as long as you've got points loaded into that particular app and you go out, it will track you using the satellites. You don't have to have cell coverage of any kind, and you can get pretty exact to where you are, and then you can always come back and download and move things around and whatnot. But offline maps is a really good one. I like it a lot. And then the last thing I use is Google Earth. There's a lot of good things on Google Earth. I'm going to show you some stuff there that I think will help you out as well. So those are the 4 primary apps that I use the most. I do have, gosh, if you ever looked at my tablet or my phone, you'd be like, you're a knucklehead, because I've got about 9 or 10 navigation apps that I use, because it just depends on what part of the country I'm in.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But Gaia, for me, has really been the best. And again, I'm not a salesperson. I'm not getting promoted by them. I really like their program. The websites that we're going to use, there's 2 websites you're going to use to find mining claims. This is pretty simple once you start to do it. One of them is the BLM MLRS. So that's Bureau of Land Management Mineral and Land Reporting System. Okay, so we're going to go there, and I'm going to show you some stuff on that. And then you need to go to your county recorder's office, because that's where a wealth of information sits electronically for finding out stuff that you want to know. And then I'm going to show you how to do some overlays. So with that, I'm going to get this going. Julie, let me know if this crazy screen pops up and people can see it, please, because this is all I've got. And my face is in the way still. All right, let me hide my face.
Come here, turd.
All right, now you're stuck just looking at this screen. Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Okay, there we
so
go.
Gaia GPS. So I have an account there. Like I said, it's $29.99 a year or something like that. It's totally worth it in my opinion. So anyways, when I log in, and this is similar to the app, but the app kind of shows up in some different places as far as some of the stuff you're going to see.
Stop. Sorry.
No, you're okay. This is actually out near our claims. I don't know if you want me to.
Here's a map to
Here's a map to our claims and a whole bunch of pinpoints, and yeah, let's not do that. So we're gonna just go someplace else for today. All right. Chasm Creek. Wow, I'm really not anywhere where I want to. Oop, not in, out, zoom out. Get the heck away from our stuff. Shoo. All right, here we go. Oh, here, this will be handy. All right. So,
And what we're seeing is basically only this part right here.
okay, the upper corner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you don't see the monument land there quite
No,
yet.
you don't see it.
All right, so if I go like that.
Can you scroll out a little bit more? You're going to just make the boxes bigger.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to get this so I have room to... Oh, I'll just move this up. There we go. Okay, so here's Gaia, and I have a bunch of layers on here. What you can do once you have an account with that, you can go in and you can grab all kinds of layers. These are the ones that I have active. You remember I said PLSS, the Public Land Survey System. That's your your township range and section area. That's those red squares you see on my map, so I can figure those out immediately. I have one here for public land, and it gives you where is actual public land. I have one that says private. I like the UFSS, roads and trails. I do like my contours because I like to see what kind of terrain I'm putting myself into. And then I have satellite with labels. Now here's some others that I also have. And this is pretty cool because any of you that are familiar with Rocked, for example, it's another app that I've used. Well, Bedrock Geology is available on Gaia.
Again, this is what we're seeing. We only have a little bit of...
That's okay. I'm gonna close this window down. They're seeing this, which is the important part. So, and as you can see here, I've got a whole bunch of other stuff. I even got one on cell coverage. So I can find out whose cell works where. So, if you go into here, you can hit these add map layers, and then you can tell it to find all kinds of stuff. There's a question on there somewhere, I think, or a statement.
Oh.
What's being said?
Oh, Chris said, "Heyo, I had notification on and got nothing, huh?" I even hit notify. We had technical difficulties. Crap.
Yeah, we had major technical difficulties.
You could hear us, but then you couldn't see us. And anyway, it went on for like 18 minutes. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay, so as you noticed, I just put the bedrock geology across this map. And so, for example, I'm just going to click right here. Okay. And it should be telling me, at least in the app it'll tell me, everything that's on that layer. Here we go. So, and this will do this on your phone or your tablet as well. It's really super cool. Tells me it's basalt, and if I click on that, I can get some more information about it, specific to that, and it's pretty cool stuff. Is the Hickey Formation again, which is our big one here. Okay, but then it also tells me that I'm on the BLM ground, Hassayampa Field Office, and then it's telling me there's some private around there too. So you have to kind of figure some of that out. Now, the problem you can get into is you get too many layers going, and it gets really muddled, and it's hard to see everything you want to do. So I always just click a couple of them off. So when I did that, you look back down out here, and so what it's saying is I clicked here, and it's saying there's some private somewhere nearby, which is probably this piece of ground right here. If I click this, I find out that that is belongs to Cab LLC. And there's Dugas Road, and it has how many acres they have, and all that wonderful stuff. So I know that that piece of ground, this whole thing, are you seeing this too?
Just the weather.
Okay, stand by. Let me close that. All right, this whole piece of ground right here that my cursor's moving in. Oh, you guys aren't.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, it's over that far. Okay,
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, that's why I said it's only showing
I'm trying.
that much.
Okay, so then where I clicked, this piece of ground here, this whole parcel is all private, is what that's telling me. So click here, and I get Prescott National Forest. So, anyways, that stuff's pretty handy to have. The other thing is, because of the PLSS information that I have clicked here, if I look, I've got coordinates. You can copy those and move them to something else. It should be telling me in here the other stuff, at least on the mobile portion it does.
You couldn't even see that. It's only showing the current weather.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, you got to keep up with me here. I move fast, I think fast, I talk fast, and I screw everything up.
Well, I can see what everybody else is seeing, and then Brian has the full screen, and
Yeah, I've got full screen version going on here.
and we have a quarter of what he's seeing.
Well, and I can't. Oh, wait, here we go. I should have scrolled this up.
Yeah.
There you go. That's where I was clicking to get that information.
Well,
Once it catches up.
and it's on a 15-second delay.
I just noticed. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so there you have it, though. That's where you can go. Like I said, you click on these things, and then that tells me it's BLM property right there. So, cool to know. Okay, now in Gaia, the other thing, let's see, layers. Yeah, I do like this one.
Again, just weather. It's only showing this right there.
Okay, now let's see, there it is.
Okay.
So anyways, that's a quick snapshot on Gaia. I didn't want to get into too much depth with it. You know, it's if you want to have something later on, we can do a one-on-one conversation. Just email us and we'll set up something for that. What I do want to make people aware of, though, is these squares here, these red squares. Okay. Each one of these squares with the number in it is an actual section. Okay. One section is 640 acres. And then if you break that into quarter sections, so you split a line going this way, and then you split a line going this way, each one of those is 160 acres. And then if you quarter a quarter section, each one of those is 40 acres. So that gives you an idea when you're looking at a claim how much of one of those you're talking about. One claim is 1/4 of 1/4 of 1/4 section. If you're not lost by now, good. And then if you look right next to here, and it's right on the edge of your screen, you see where it says here 011N003 East. That is Township 11 North, Range 3 East, and you are in Section 14, where my little cursor finger is sitting.
Thank you. Thank you, Jane.
Okay. So, that's how you find out a township section and range. That's a real easy way to do that. Each one of these will change. So as you go this way, okay, this then becomes a whole new, well, I just slid off your screen. Let me slide over. Okay, I'll put that one on the edge. So here's 11 North and 3 East. And then we went to the east a little bit. And now this whole grouping is under 11 North, 4 East. Okay? And there's 36 section or per township and range. So this 11 North, 4 East that you're kind of seeing, there's 36 of those 640 acre sections in one of those. So that'll help you figure some things out too. So and each square is basically 1 mile by 1 mile, if that also helps you out. But so that's enough of that stuff. I think what we want to do is I'm going to pull up the next one. We're going to jump to regrid real quick. All right. Regrid is free. You can, there is an option to buy stuff, or have a subscription to it. I've never done it. I don't know why it's doing this to me. I usually just get right in here. But what I like about regrid is I want to go to Arizona, for example. You guys can't see this, so I'm going to have to slide this over. I don't know how well this is going to work.
Yeah.
Regrid's looking like hell. Can you see anything in there?
I see Lake Havasu City and Kingman, and that's about it.
All right, I'm going to get this over by Prescott. All right. Near and dear to...
We see more of the Shop Arizona data right there. So if you close that...
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't realize that was there.
Box.
Yeah, no, I see it now. All right, so we're going to go to Prescott. All right. And in here, somewhere in here, where's the... Well, anyways. Yeah, Yavapai County. Okay. Going to get into Greater Prescott.
There's got to be a way to change this view of this. mainly all of this. And there's like an inch of the screen on the top.
Well, shoot if I know. Well, let me try something else.
We will figure this out eventually. Bree had asked, they used to grade the road between Brown Springs and and the 260. What happened?
Money.
Yeah, the Forest Service is responsible for that, and they didn't do it this last year.
Yeah, it comes down to money and people. No, don't want to do that. I'm trying to see if I can get a better. Let's try this.
Chris said a quarter of a quarter of a quarter is something like 42, right?
40. But pretty good. Okay, now I did a window capture with this thing. Hopefully it's working a little better. Oh yeah, now I'm stuck in the window you're in.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't help me at all.
Well, hey, it's at least moving. Well, it was.
Yeah, I did something. I don't know what I did. All right, we're going to stay here. Okay, anyways. What's it doing now? Now it wants to be a jerk. Oh my goodness.
I had to open my mouth.
Yep, should just let me keep doing what I was doing and pretending like I was, helping people here instead of creating more problems.
Chris said, I only said 42 because I'm wearing my Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy 42 shirt.
Nice. All right. Do you got this window back up now? Okay, here we go. All right.
It's back.
So, on Regrid, I'm going to have to just keep zooming in slowly because I don't have a mouse. But what Regrid is really cool for is, as you can see here, there's parcels starting to show up. And so...
It's not showing up on the screen, though.
Well, stand by. It did now, see?
Okay.
15-second delay. I click on that, and this tells me that that's 6001 West Iron Springs Road. That's what it looks like. Of course, you don't get that in the mobile version. But here's what you do get. You get parcel IDs if you need that. You find out who owns it, what the mailing address is. And then if you keep moving down, right in here, there's your lat long, centroid coordinates it says. Calculated acres, 99 acres there. And then there's right there, PLSS Township Section Range. So that tells you that it's 14 North, Section 16 in Range 3, which nobody ever says it that way. It would be Township 14 North, Range 3 West, Section 16. So with that information, you would write that down to go to the BLM site, and then you're going to enter it in a specific format there, which I'm going to show you how to do that once we get to that one. Hopefully you all still have some time, because it does take a little bit to get through these things, but I think it's pretty cool. But anyways, Regrid is pretty handy. Like I said, it's free. You get a lot of information quickly. I have zero issues with it. This piece of ground right here, we're just going to look at it to see who it belongs to, because I think, if memory serves, yeah, 1,765,000. No, that's 1,765 acres. Sorry. I didn't see an owner on that one. Did I scroll past it at Mach 7? No. And I'm going to say that's because that belongs to the federal government. So it does that sometimes. It doesn't say specifically, but let me close that one out. Grab this one. All right, I'll grab that one. The state of Arizona. Hey, there we go. We got some state land in here now. Yep, owner's name, state of Arizona, and all that good stuff. So you can find out pretty quick where you're at. And there's on the mobile version, there's actually pinpoint. You can actually drop yourself with where you are and that kind of thing. So hopefully that helps as well. And again, any of these things I'm showing you, if you've got questions on it, email us and we'll set up an opportunity to sit down and go over something with you one-on-one the best way that we can. All right. So now I'm going to close out that one because we don't need it. We don't need that. What happened to my BLM one? All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go to Google Earth first, and then we'll go do the other ones. So in Google Earth, let me pull that up. Hopefully you guys can see it.
Bree says thank you for covering this.
Oh, yeah. No, it's people have been asking, and it just seems like, that's what we need to do. All right. So there's Google Earth, at least parts of it. So, I don't know if you see, let me shrink this down. Wow. That didn't quite shrink the way I intended. No, not that window. Huh. All right. Well, this is the side I wanted them to see was over here. And it's not doing that. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. Cool. That's what I was wanting to do. All right. So over here, you have what's called My Places, okay? Everybody knows about these things, I hope, if you've ever used anything in here. And then down below is your temporary places. So what I did is I went in and I added the public land survey system to this. Okay? Pretty cool, right? Right. Well, let me tell you how I did it. Real simple. If you just type into your computer PLSS in Google Earth, you will get a bunch of different options that come up. The one that I like is the Earth Survey version. So if you Google that and you pull it up, you grab it, and then it shows you what the grids are going to look like. And then at the very bottom down here, you're going to say download Google Earth.
Result from search.
And my tablet's talking to me. Shut up, tablet. You download the Google Earth one, and then what it'll do after you hit the download is it will automatically show up down here in your temporary places. Yep. Can you see the temporary places?
Probably not.
Okay, let me see about shrinking another window.
I don't think that'll.
Oh, it'll work.
Oh, okay.
Watch. I'm getting this down now.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at you go.
I know.
Look at you go.
I know. I can take my helmet off now. All right. So down here under temporary places is where it's going to land. When that gets in there, all you got to do is left click and hold and drag it up into My Places. And then it will stay in there for as long as you're running Google Earth for the rest of your life. There's no, it just stays there, which is super cool. What's really cool about this is you have these different overlays. Now, I talked earlier about there's prime meridians. So your degrees of latitude and longitude, specifically with meridians, we're talking longitudes, changes every so often. Like everything on our side over here, we're like negative 111 to negative 112. But if you don't know that we're on the Gila and Salt River Meridian, then it's really not going to help you when you go to the BLM site. So here's something super cool. You come in here to the overlays, and you push this little button here, and you got a little radio button here. It says meridians. You click that, and oh my goodness, what do you know? My map got colorful.
Whoa.
And then when I click it, it tells me that's in the Gila and Salt River Meridian. So if I know where I am, which I should because it's Google Earth.
I know where I am.
All right, but let's say we want to go to California. Well, there's the San Bernardino Meridian. Okay, you've got the Navajo Meridian. And then there's different ones all across. And I can't do I can do a small enough view, actually. This would be interesting. No, not that one. I was moving from Lubbock, Texas. There you go. That's all the different meridian types. Let's see if I can get it over to your guys' view. Hang on, I'm trying. Yeah, did I do it? I did it.
Did it?
Well, at least you got the Western U.S. But anyways, you guys can download this yourselves, and then you'll see all this really wonderful, cool stuff, and you'll know what meridians you should be using for your BLM database check. Okay, so pretty cool there. Then the other thing is, let's see. It won't find us, will it?
What?
Google Earth. Can I tell it to find us? I can't remember. I don't think I can.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I really don't use it that often.
It's mostly just ocean right now.
Oh, so then don't forget to turn off the radio button. You want to go back to townships. Don't worry about special surveys right now. That's for a more advanced day. We're not there yet. Okay, so we're just going to cruise back into good old Arizona here. Because, you know, that's where I like to be. And if you notice, things got super busy on the screen. That's all your township and ranges and sections showing up. Okay. So over on the side here, you have this section geocoder. You can tell it to do a point search or a township range sections search. So when you click on one of these, and of course it wants to be slower than molasses in January today.
Giofrato Frappuccino said, I used LR 2000 years ago with no problem.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, I tried using MLRS, but lots of information has been redacted. I found Land Matters by Burgex,
Mm-hmm.
and it worked, but the BLM site is currently not 100%.
No, you're absolutely right, and that was the disclaimer I was going to give on the BLM site. It's not 100%, and that's why there are a lot of other options out there. I have not used the one you're mentioning, but I'll definitely take a look at it because, you know, I'm kind of curious like that.
Well, we do check with the county recorder's office.
Right. We're going to show that.
Yeah, we're going to show that in a minute.
So this one here, somehow I dropped a point. I don't remember doing that, but I did. And when I did that and I hit point search up in the corner.
It's not showing it. It's showing right here.
Oh. Stand by. Beep. Can you see it now?
Remember, what we're seeing is like right here.
Yeah, I know, which is so weird.
Not even to that line.
What if I was to take and move
I can...
that over? That just cuts more stuff off of that side. Yeah, don't do that.
It did.
Yeah, but we lost the stuff I wanted to point out on the side. So.
Yeah, just go up. Because look, you have all the screen.
Going up.
Going up.
All right, bear with still. We're still getting there. Yeah, this is off 89A. I don't know why I dropped a pin there. Somehow I did. I'm about to have a disturbingly long baseball hat in a second. I'm really confused about that. I'm not tracking anything in there. Okay, so you guys are seeing that. So with that little point search, I dropped a pin at some point. I don't even remember doing it, but I did. And so when I come in and I click on this little thing, it should highlight. There it is. And it tells me that that AZ14, that's the meridian. And we're Township 16 North, Range 4 East, and we're in Section 20. So just another way to find out this information. And then we're going to take and turn around and apply it in another fashion. So I'm going to close out Google Earth. And again, same thing stands for all these things. If you got questions that you need more info on, just hit me up later.
Or if you have questions, type them in and I will...
yeah.
I'll yell them at Brian.
She'll yell at me.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to the BLM MLRS. Major disclaimer with this. It's not 100% accurate. The issue with mining claims are from the day that you locate your claim, you put a stake in the ground and say, I claim this. You have 90 days to get all the posts in and get all your paperwork submitted. After 90 days, if you haven't done all that, then it just goes back out to the general public and you lose any of your interest at that point in time because you haven't paid for it and you haven't completed the paperwork. So that's where the problem comes in, is somebody can go out to an area that you go out to a lot, drop a stake in the ground, and then they have 90 days to get their claim all completed. And so you could be on somebody's claim, and not even technically know it because they haven't finished all their stuff. So you got to be real careful there. The other thing I would tell you is we staked our claims back in November 12th, 15th, whatever the heck it was. It is, let's see, February 1st. Our paperwork was into the BLM no later than 10 days after we staked our claims and had our posts up.
And that was due to postal issues.
Postal issues, yeah, because you have to hand it in. You can't go onto this site and upload electronically like they wanted you to be able to. So you have to snail mail everything. But to this day, our 3 claims are still in pending status because the BLM hasn't finalized it on their side. So even though I've got all my markers up and we've got paperwork stamped from them saying, yeah, you've submitted, they haven't finalized it. However, that still gives us the right and the authority because I've already paid the money and I've submitted my paperwork. So the claim is technically ours until they do a final review, and then they can say, yeah, you're good, or they could say, there's an error here, you need to make an adjustment. But it's just so you're aware that somebody could have something out there and the BLM may not have processed it yet. So this is just good to get an idea of what is known in an area. I rely very heavily on the county recorder site to get a lot of information, and even that can be not foolproof. Okay, so BLM MLRS site. You come into here. Hopefully you see all this. Yes, now, John, you're right. You can drive down to the BLM office.
That's a better choice.
And drop it off, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But, for us, that's all the way in the middle of downtown Phoenix, which is not exactly convenient. It's, hour and a half and dealing with, meatheads and the way they drive.
We're not used to horrible traffic.
Oh, it's not that I'm not used to it, just I don't want to put up with it. So, all right, you can't see this on the side, and I don't know if I can make this thing show you. So I'm going to have to try to work this a little bit. Bear with me.
And if we knew how much of an issue the whole sending it in was going to be, we probably would have just walked it right in.
Oh, gosh, yeah, you're not kidding. Okay, so I'm shrinking this window down so you guys can see a little better. Okay, click here to access MLRS. You'll see that. There's one on the side too, but I shrunk this page down, so. Oh yeah, that's the wrong one. Forgot. Temporarily unavailable. That was the one I was trying to tell you. Yeah, you can't do online with that. What happened to my little page? It won't let me scroll over. Oh wait, can you see that?
Yeah, I can see this.
No, I don't want
right
that.
here.
I want right there. This MLRS reports. Can you see that?
You're gonna have to move this screen over there.
I'm trying.
Okay, it's getting there.
Okay, cool. There we go. All right, cool. So this is what you want to do, folks. MLRS reports. You give that a click. And then it tells you, you're on a Department of Interior website and monitoring is strictly enforced. Blah, 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 blah. Right. As if I didn't know I was on a federal site.
What?
Right, I know.
It's ridiculous.
How dare. All right. Then you're going to scroll down and it talks about all these things. It's been redacted and certain things, yes. But there's information that you can still get here. Now, once you get into this part of the page, it gets really confusing for a lot of people. Serial number crosswalk by customers. What serial number are we talking about? Things like that. Mining claims, actions, name and number, customer, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I will tell you, I learned this site from a friend of mine, Eric. I want to give him credit for that because when we got started rock hounding, I didn't know about this website either. And it was the LR 2000 at the time. So it's become very handy. But anyways, what you're going to do when you get in here is you want to go to Public Mining Claims Reports. and you want to go to a geographic report. Okay? When you click that, this window will come up now. And once it signs in,
You need to move it just a little bit over.
a little bit over.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to go right to...
You see this? That's your window.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like that's going to like zip off the screen?
I don't know.
I'm so scared. It did. I don't want to touch it. All right, I'm going to come back this way just a hair. All right.
Oh, John's going outside to try to see the 50,000 year comet real quick. I'll catch it in another 50,000 years.
All right.
I'll be around.
So here we go. We're going to go and run a report. So the first thing you're going to do is pick your admin state. We're going to go with Arizona. Why? Because I like it. All right. And then here there's two options. You do the meridian, township, and range, which will give you everything in one township and one range. So those 36 individual sections, 36, 6 miles by 6 miles. It's a lot of stuff. It's supposed to be green. Oh, maybe we should look at a comment.
Yeah.
So it's either that one, or if you know the section you're in, you do meridian, township, range, and section. Now, where the challenge comes in, and this shows you here, is the format that it has to be put in. And most people don't know this. They miss this. Okay? And there are HAP townships, yes. That's a whole nother story. But we're going to go in here, and we're going to say, we want to go, we know that 14 is the Gila and Salt River Meridian, and then it starts pulling up a drop-down menu. I don't use that because it rarely ever has the one I'm actually looking for. So you do a 14, you do a space, and everything starts with a 0. So if you're looking for Township 10, because that's what you're going to start with, it's going to be 0, 1, 0, and then an ending 0. Okay? If it's Township 1, it's going to be 0, 0, 1, 0. Got that yet? So I'm going to go 10 north today. So 0, 1, 0, 0, and a big capital N. Okay? And then you're going to do another space. And now we're going to do the range. And now it's selecting some stuff to say, oh, do you want to go look at these because they've been looked at before, or it's known that there's something in there. I'm going to pick something completely random because I have no idea what's out in this area right now. So this time it's going to be, and I want to go to 3 west. So that's going to be 0030 with a capital W. And then another space. And now for your sections, you're going to put a 0 in front of that as well. If it's section 1, it's 001. If it's section 10, it's 010. And we're going to go with section 10. So 010. And then you make sure you click inside this box. If you click outside of that box, everything you just put in will go away and you got to start all over. Okay? And then down here, we're going to determine what do we want. And you have all kinds of values here. Active, appeal, stay granted, closed, deleted, draft, filed, on appeal, pending.
It's not showing that because...
Oh, it's way at the bottom.
Yeah, it's way at the bottom.
Okay, stand by. Let me scroll down.
Again, we are having technical difficulties with our screen.
I am a technical difficulty. Okay, so now you can see that, I'm sure, the drop-down menu. So there's a lot of things to choose from. You can get yourself in trouble if you don't grab some of these. And so you can select, like submitted, under review, pending. It's really just easier to just do all. And then you tell it, okay. You click out here first. And then you tell it, okay. And now it's going to do its little thinking magic, supposedly. Apparently it's not. Come on, BLM. Is it thinking? Oh, it is thinking. Oh. Okay, so then it pulls up what's in this area. So I have located 2 mining claims, and you can see right there the case dispositions, they're closed. So this was 2 load claims, the Arastra 2 and Rostro, I don't know, whatever. But this is where things they're like the serial number that you were looking for that you couldn't find and things like that. So I'm just going to click on one of these, and it's just going to show you some information in here. You click on the little MLRS MCSRP. Is that showing up on your screen yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to.
Oh, pop-up windows are blocked.
Oh.
Awesome.
Feel
Well
free
done.
to ask.
We will let the BLM always.
Yes, if you don't reclaim in a year, it's closed. What is it called?
So yeah, we'll talk about that here in a minute. Let me finish this off real quick with the BLM thing. All right, so I pulled up the page that they have for this particular claim, and this is another way to get some information. Let's say if this was an open claim, for example. I mean, we know this one was closed in 1983, but there's all kinds of good information that you can grab in here, and of course that's pretty small on the screen.
Yeah, it'll probably not. Oh, yeah, it's working.
Oh, they can probably
Yeah.
see it better than me. But you have, all the information that's up in here. Sometimes down in this portion, it'll tell you who the owner is. It'll tell you what county it's in, which that's part of the challenge. If you don't know what county you're in, there's a whole nother bit of research you got to do for the county recorder's office. You got to figure out what county they're in, which that's not that hard to do. I didn't set up anything to do that because I just didn't think about it till this moment. But anyways, there's information in here, but what you'll see is the paperwork that you submit for a claim consists of several pieces of paper, including a plat map that says, here's the boundary of my claim. But the BLM doesn't put that up there, which is really weird because it's like, you're telling me this claim is in this township range and section, but without a map kind of showing me where it's at, it could be anywhere within this quarter section even. I mean, that's still technically 160 acres to wander through.
Yeah.
So that's where the county site comes in pretty handy. And so, but that's the BLM site in a nutshell. Don't get us started on that one.
Let's not go there.
That's a whole nother controversy there. All right. So that's the BLM in a nutshell. And I'll keep saying it. If you go to this site and you're struggling with it, we can always help you figure some stuff out. It's just not always super reliable. Cadastrals really aren't that hard once you figure out how it all works. Honestly, if I sat down with any of you for about 10 minutes with a map and whatnot, you'd be a map reading expert pretty damn fast. Like I said, unfortunately, I've been doing lat long and stuff since before GPS was a thing in the Forest Service. All right, so now I'm going to go do something different. I'm going to go to a county website. I'm going to go to the Yavapai County, not the assessor. You want the recorder, because part of what you do on a county recorder's page or a county recorder's office when you have a claim, right here, recorded document search. That's what you want to do. Is it up there? Okay. Part of filing for a claim is you got to submit paperwork to the BLM, but you also have to submit paperwork to the county recorder for the county that it resides in, because that is technically your public notice that I have a claim. And so this is where the due diligence portion as a rockhounder can be a godsend to keep you out of trouble, is if they've managed to file their paperwork early enough or on time or anywhere in between, you can go and find these things. Okay, and at least for the Yavapai County one. And every county website is different. It's not going to look like this. So just be prepared to deal with whatever you encounter. But you can navigate them fairly easily. They have a disclaimer. Yep. And then all you're going to do is like this one here, I have web map land survey and mining document search. So that's exactly what we want to do. Now, if you have certain numbers, you can definitely roll those in to here. Most of the time, though, you're not going to have that information. So that's where you can come down here, and this is where it gets really handy. Remember that whole cadastral, as it's also called, the PLSS? Well, I'll be damned. Let me see. What's one around us over here?
It's not really showing if you move it
Oh,
this way and up just a tad.
okay. So now we're going to go that and that.
Let's see if that works out.
A little more?
Yeah, just a tad. No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So all that township range and section stuff we've been doing, this is where it'll come in handy. So I'm going to put in, I got to think of something that's around us because I got to make sure I'm in Yavapai County. Let's see, we're
Kevin says that La Paz has the hardest to navigate. He's found.
some of them are. I'm going to go with section 35. I'm just picking something random here. I have no idea if there's anything out here or not. Township, let's go with 12, and it's going to know it's 12 north. You don't have to put that in because it's Yavapai County. They're not thinking anywhere outside of that. And range-wise, let's go with something interesting. Let's go range 3.
John said lucky 33 if 35 doesn't work.
All right. And then if you happen to know the name of the person that had the claim or whatever, you can drop that information into there. A lot of times it's redacted now by the BLM, so that doesn't help you to even be able to try to contact, ask permission, and those types of things. And then the last thing I'm going to tell it to do, come down here, is search. Oh, and you can tell it to search for document types if you want. I didn't do that, but because I wanted to get all kinds of different documents to see what would show up. Here's Mine Data LLC. So here's an actual mine site. 5/20/22 is when it was last submitted. So let's check this out. So you click on this, and you have a view option. Is that showing up for you?
Kind of.
You can see view or no?
No, you can't see view. It's in the bottom right if you can't see that on your screen.
There we go. I'll bring it up. Okay. So it said view. This is for this particular county website too, like I said. It's a claim deed. And then here you go. Here's the actual document that was recorded. And this doesn't have a map affiliated with it, it doesn't look like. Or does it? No. But in a lot of cases, it will have a map affiliated with it. Let me see what we got here. See if I can find one. Unintentional. Oh, here we go. This is a notice of mining claim right here. Hillside number 2. They did all their stuff there. Where's their... Oh, there we go. Come back up. Where'd it go?
I don't know.
Hang on a sec.
It's kind of happening.
Here we go. All right, so there we go. This is part of what you turn into the BLM and everybody else. This is, again, looking at a township, a range, and a section. And then as you see, they've broken it into quarter sections. You got the little dotted lines. So that rectangle that you see up there is their actual claim location. Now, this is typically rarely ever done to scale. Somebody usually just draws something in there, and it's close. And that's good enough, to be honest. With this, though, you can do on Google or on a Windows platform, you can use a snipping tool, and you can snip this and save it and then you can turn it into an image overlay that you can load onto Google Earth, and you can actually lay this across the township ranges section by lining up those lines, and it'll give you an overlay of where that sits on the ground. It's really pretty cool. And I'm not going to do it right now because this screen view that we have is horrid. I'm really not happy with this program that we're utilizing. We're going to find something different for anything in the future.
We're going to do surprise lives just to work out some bugs. So if you see us on, you'll know what we're doing.
You're right. Yeah, we're screwing around. But the main thing is this here at least tells me that it's going to be, in the northwest corner of that particular township range and section, and I can figure that out. And at least when I go out there, then I can start looking for claim markers and get a real good idea where their boundary is, and then stay off their claim. You can go along the edges all you want, just don't be on it, no big deal. They might get a little nervous about it, but, follow the rules and everything will be all right. And, as claim owners ourselves, that's pretty important. I mean, I don't go onto other people's claims without permission. For collecting, I'll walk through one to get to someplace else, absolutely, but I don't pick anything up.
We were putting in our markers one time, and there was somebody on the other side of the far, far hill, which is probably, like 1,000 feet away from us.
Oh, at least.
And we were, staked out in bushes, just watching.
What's he doing?
What's he doing?
Is he going to come onto the claim? Yeah, it was pretty silly. But, so anyways, that's kind of it in a nutshell. I mean, this was a down and dirty version, but at least gives you some ideas on how you can start finding things for yourself and taking some time to do the research to make sure that you don't put yourself into a position you don't want to be in, which is in trouble with either a private owner, a private property owner, any of the state, all those different entities that are always itching to fine us for something. So, I think that's about all I was going to do for today, unless there was something else I needed to touch on.
Let me think. Anybody have any questions on how to do anything or?
Playing detective, yeah.
Yeah. We were. It was really silly. We were actually in a bush for about 15 minutes.
So stupid. I have no idea why we were doing that. It was just one of those. I think it was the fact that we were actually staking out our claim and we hadn't got all the posts up and the notifications and all that yet. And so we were just like, it was just dumb.
Boo boo. I was going to spray the water and start smearing mud on my face.
She was getting ready to go all Rambo.
I was like, give me one of them posts.
Okay. And I'm going to turn this back on. Okay.
All right.
So there's the double vision of us for whatever reason. I still don't know why that is.
It's okay.
I don't know. Apparently you're supposed to do something with one of these, but I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Open it.
I don't know.
I can see how that...
We'll see if I keep shrinking it. It just gets smaller.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, I just learned something.
Did you?
I think I did. I'm supposed to fit this to the display.
Kevin loves rockhounding says, make them drink out of canteen agate.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. That'll do it. That'll definitely do it.
Just be careful with canteen agate. That's the bloody nose and teeth. That's what Bree said.
Yeah.
John M. Random. I know that's got to be France, but that looks like one of the bridges in Washington D.C.
That is Paris.
It is Paris.
Oh, it looks like one from Maryland, huh? Nice. Yeah, we didn't sit in our normal chair background thing like we usually do because we knew this was going to take a little bit of time and we wanted to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate everybody, being in and being with us for over an hour now. I said I knew this was going to take a while, but if the information helps you and you can make good decisions with where you can go and where you shouldn't go and whatnot, then it's worth it. It's just trying to do the right thing is all we're ever all trying to do when we're out enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, and helping people not get in trouble for claim jumping or being on private land or state trust land or
Well, that's another thing too on people's claims.
Where you shouldn't be.
Yeah, right, exactly. So there are times when people have active claims, but their markers aren't up. And there can be any number of reasons for that. Sometimes it's because people don't like the fact that there's a claim out there and they tear the markers down. It could be they haven't done their maintenance in a long time. But the important thing there is, by the way Arizona state mining law works at least, if your markers aren't up and visible and notification documents aren't affiliated with at least a couple of those markers in an obvious location, your claim's pretty much invalid.
Yep.
So heads up on that.
It's a rule.
Now, if it's because people keep tearing your post down and it's not a maintenance issue, then you've got a whole nother thing that you got to deal with regards to that.
That's where game cams come in handy.
Yeah, that's why we have game cams, and we're tracking who's coming, who's going. It's that simple. Capturing license plates and all that good stuff, just to be certain. But even though their claim markers might be down and we can't find them, if I know there's an active claim, I'm still going to respect what I understand the boundaries to be and stay off of it, because that's just the way I operate. I don't want to give people ammunition to come at us for anything.
Kyla says, so catch me up on what I missed. And mud for Julie.
So, now back to holding a claim past your first year. So we did the first year. So by September 30th, we have to turn in a notice of intent to hold the claim. And there's a fee affiliated with that. And by doing maintenance work out there, like improving the access to our claims or something like that, you can get a waiver to reduce the amount and things like that. But you have to file the notice to intent to hold. You have to file an affidavit or a waiver of fees by having an affidavit of work performed. There's like 2 or 3 different forms you got to put in, and then a fee. So, but if you want to claim right now, it's $225.
That's here in Arizona. I don't know what
That's across the. That's
is it
federal.
across
Yeah.
federal? Okay.
That's the federal system. $225 for 20 acres of mineral rights for a load claim.
Yeah.
Placer claims, I think, are a little bit more, especially if you go to 40 acres, but I don't know the price. We don't do placer claims. So
We're not good at finding gold.
only way I'd find gold is if it was in somebody's fillings and they were dead. So there's that. Yeah. Anybody got questions, or we had about enough of the frickin' frack show? A what?
A gold video? We did do a gold video. It's called a dangerous mine and gold panning for dummies.
Mm-hmm. And we're still dummies at gold panning. And yes,
Yeah.
we do like steak. If it's an animal, I'll eat it. So.
Except for squirrel. He won't eat squirrel.
Yeah, that's true.
I've had good squirrel out in the wilderness before.
Yeah. So the gold panning thing. So we've got our friend Phil is an avid gold panner. Of course, we've turned him on to agates now, so we might have made a monster out of him. We don't know. But
when we first met him, he didn't really know what an agate was. And now he's like,
yeah. But he's pretty good at it. But we've talked at length, and we went out and tried it, and what we found was, for the amount of work we were doing, there was very little reward. Got like 8 little gold flakes and a sunburn.
Phil was finding most of it.
Yeah, Phil's finding all kinds of stuff.
He's really good at what he does.
So yeah, it's kind of funny. So
it's Dirty Dog Prospecting.
Yeah.
He has a channel.
Yeah, you can check out his channel. He's got some stuff on there. But yeah, for me at least, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, man.
Unless I found a nugget.
Oh yeah, if I find a nugget, then that's a whole different story. Then we're onto something totally different. But
Kevin said that agates are his first love.
Heck yeah.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same.
No, I'm 100% agates, man.
John said ever since finding his betrothal blue druzy.
Yeah. It's I don't know, the variety of agates, between moss, plume, botryoidal, druzy, fortification, waterline, all the different colors.
There's only one type of gold, and that's shiny.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, but I mean,
Really a dumb thing to say.
true. It is. Well, there's white gold,
Oh.
and then there's
Well-
yellow gold.
But is there? I think they mix that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But no, that's why I like the agates. It's just there's just so many cool different patterns, colors, styles.
And those carnelians, they are nice.
Yeah, carnelians
Yeah.
are pretty nice.
I want to try some of those.
Inclusions rock.
Oh yeah. Love all agates. They're my favorite. So.
All right, well, I think we're gonna probably wrap this up. One more quick pitch for the Shopify store. Please go check that out.
Hi Cheryl.
az-rockhound-expeditions.myshopify.com.
And we will attach
We will.
the link onto this video.
So yeah, we got a bunch of different minerals in there, slab specimens, those kinds of good things, and then the AZRE, which is our abbreviation for the AZ Rockhound Expeditions. Merchandise is now available in there: hats, T-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs. There'll be more stuff coming. We just got our first 10 different items right now, and we'll expand from there as things grow.
And if you do have any other questions, you can always email us at azrockhoundexpeditions@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we can answer them for you.
That's all right, Kyla. And as we've said, you got questions on this, or you find yourself struggling with it, just hit us up on an email and we'll connect somehow and help you walk through it. Knowledge is power, and shared knowledge is a force multiplier. So the more information that we're sharing with one another, the better and more responsible we can be, and we give our particular job or hobby, whatever it might be for you, a good name and not a bad name. So.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching and dealing with our technical difficulties earlier.
No Dennis, there's no rock canteens. That was a one and done.
We cut it open,
Yeah.
Dennis. Cut it.
Oh God.
No,
Yeah.
no more. Unless I super glue it back together and
Yeah.
So.
So, anyways, thank you all for your support, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. You're the only reason we did this particular. We already know how to do this, so if it wasn't for our benefit, it was definitely for yours.
It's for you guys.
But it's because how much you guys matter to us that we want to do these things. So if there's other stuff that you would like to learn or know about, send us an email and with your ideas, and we'll see if we can meet up with something like that and make something happen. No guarantees. I'm not an expert. Julie is. I'm not. So.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got the words. I don't got the words.
Yeah.
I'm a little broken.
Yeah.
That's another lie.
There's a whole good story right here, but I'm going to leave it alone because I really don't want to sleep on the couch tonight. No, it won't be that bad.
Awesome.
I don't know if it'll have that many views, but if it does, it does. I'm just glad you guys got something out of it. And again, thank you so much for being a part of today and a part of the AZ Rockhound Expeditions community.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you on the next live.